Yo, y'all, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, predicting the game between us and the Houston Texans happening this Sunday in Houston. I'm excited for this matchup. I hope you guys are as well. Kind of a special matchup for us, Niner faithful, Niner fans. We are facing our old defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryans. I'm excited for this matchup. I've been waiting pretty much all year for this one because, hey, it's Ryans. He had a really great impact for the 49ers, for our defense for 2 years after Robert Saleh left, and then he went back home to take the Houston Texans job. I believe in 2023, 2024. I forgot exactly when. But anyways, I'm so excited for him. I'm glad he's having a lot of success in recent years with the Texans. He's really revitalized the franchise. They are going through a little bit of a slump right now. They're currently 2-4. I feel like they can turn it around eventually. And I'm definitely rooting for him all year long. Except this matchup. I'm definitely not rooting for him in this one because I still want the Niners to win. When it's the Texans, you always got to root for them if you're a Niner faithful, right? Can't wait to talk about this matchup. It's going to be in Houston, so hoping Niner faithful shows up in NRG Stadium big time. Mac Jones potentially versus CJ Stroud. Not 100% who's going to be the starting quarterback for this week for the 49ers, but I believe, if all indications, it will be Mac Jones. I think Brock Purdy's injury is a little bit more serious than they're letting on. I feel like he's going to be out for a few more weeks. Seeing Mac Jones play, I'm excited, but I still think Brock Purdy's still the starting quarterback for the 49ers through and through. Mac even said it himself. Maybe he does want to be a starter full-time, but I think he knows it's pretty much Brock Purdy's team, and I'm still on board with him 100% for either quarterback, but Brock Purdy, in my opinion, is still the guy for the 49ers. He does have a little bit of pressure when he does come back for the 49ers because Mac's done a pretty good job on steering the ship really, really well this year in 2025. Anyways, some things to talk about for this one. I'd say let's talk about the Texans. Let's talk about DeMeco Ryans' team right now. Defensively, they're pretty well-sounded, well-coached team for the most part. I mean, he is a defensive guy, so it better be a decent defense, and it looks pretty good. Is it as dominant as the 49ers? Not quite, but it's still a really, really good defense. You could say top 10 arguably, led by Will Anderson. He's a really good defensive lineman, and they just have players all over the field. Al-Shaair, he's a great player for the Texans as well, but he has had a little bit of a couple of incidents in terms of being a little too physical in today's NFL. Maybe years ago it could be okay, but now it's kind of questionable. They have a really good defense. I'll give them credit for that. That's honestly why they could be kind of afloat in the whole NFL right now, is because their defense is amazing, and credit to DeMeco Ryans. He's done a great job at that. Offensively, it's honestly been on and off for them. I mean, CJ Stroud is a great quarterback, but I don't know, ever since his rookie year, it's been a little bit inconsistent from his end and also the receivers' end as well. They do have some really credible guys, skilled position players. They have Dalton Schultz. He's been a great player for them, great tight end for them for a few years now. Nico Collins is a great receiver as well. They are missing Tank Dell, and I think that's the missing piece, honestly, for the Texans offense, is having another receiver complementing Collins. Is Tank Dell. He had a really gruesome injury last year, and he's out for more than half the year, I believe, last year, and he's out all year this year. So best recovery for him, best wishes for him. Hopefully he recovers really fast. Rushing game, they have Nick Chubb, kind of on and off as well. I think he's coming off a serious injury as well. So, yeah, I mean, the offense is really clicking, really not clicking. A big problem for them, just like the 49ers sometimes, the offensive line. They have not protected CJ Stroud a lot for the past 2 years now. He's taken a lot of hits in particular, so hopefully they address the offensive line, just like us in the offseason, because it's very important. I don't know why teams don't really think about the offensive line for their quarterbacks, because they're the most important pieces, in my opinion, for the quarterback, because without protection, then the quarterback's going to get hit a lot and can lead to injuries. Just ask Joe Burrow and the Bengals, right? They're 2-4. They haven't had the best year in 2025, but hopefully they turn it around. I'm always rooting for them 100%. DeMeco Ryans has a special place in my heart as a Niner faithful, and I'm pretty sure you guys miss him in Houston as well, but glad to have Robert Saleh back. And, you know, that period between Ryans and Saleh coming back, it was just pretty dark years, in my opinion, for the 49ers defense. I mean, you had Steve Wilks, which was not too bad, but it wasn't great. Like, Ryans' defense slipped a ton, I would say, under Wilks than Ryans did. And then after Wilks was gone, they had Nick Sorensen, and it's tanked even more than when Wilks was there. So I can maybe make a video another time about him and his tenure with the 49ers, even though we did go to the Super Bowl that year. That's for another time. We're talking about the Texans right now. I hope they turn it around. They just lost to Seattle, 19-27. I wish they would have won that matchup, because that would have been great for the 49ers in the NFC West race. But, hey, Seattle's a really good team. Got to respect them. Even with Sam Darnold as their quarterback, he's proven that he can play in any system if it has decent talent. And so far, they played really well. Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's a great receiver, one of my favorite receivers. I know it's kind of weird to say. He's done a really good job leading the Seahawks receiving core after the departures of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. But anyways, for the 49ers, they're looking really good. Christian McCaffrey is playing at an MVP-style level. Having George Kittle back has been the biggest difference maker. He doesn't show up on the stat sheets, but he does show up in McCaffrey's stats, if that counts. I wish fantasy could put Kittle under McCaffrey stats, like give him half the points because he has done a really good job in the run blocking scheme, and McCaffrey's benefited from it. He had his best running game against Atlanta of all year because the running game has been pretty much terrible leading up to last Sunday night, and he's been able to get that magic back, which is great to see. Mac Jones is playing at a pretty good level, in my opinion. I know he's had some turnovers for the past 2 games, but he's been able to keep the ship steering. And when Christian McCaffrey's running all over the field and the defense is playing lights out for the most part, what can you worry about, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think the Texans are a better team than 2-4, but they have some inconsistencies, and we'll see that they can get a big win over the 49ers at home in their home stadium. But I think there'll be a bunch of Niner fans, and yeah, if there's a bunch of Niner fans, please show up big time because it's a good one. It's definitely a good one. So yeah, if I had to pick a team to win this one, I'm definitely picking my team, the 49ers. You know, I'd love to pick the Texans any day of the week, just not this week. So the 49ers, I believe they're the better team on paper. You know, anything can happen in football, so upsets can happen, like the Browns over the Packers earlier this year, anything like that. But I think the 49ers can handle their business, do a great job, even with all the injuries that they have right now. But they've been able to replace them with great players, especially on defense. Tatum's done a great job of replacing Fred Warner for his first game. I mean, we got to see more, but that's a really good start as well. D-line is getting to the quarterback pretty good now. In the game against Atlanta, that's impressive. Hopefully they can do that against the Texans, and they don't have a great offensive line, in my opinion, so hopefully they can take advantage of that. Let's go 49ers. I hope they can do this. I hope they can win this, make it another winning streak. That'd be awesome right there. After Sunday, 6-2, and that'd be a great feeling. You know, we have to keep up with the NFC West race with Seattle and Los Angeles Rams right behind us. Barely, but we have a tiebreaker over them because of the wins earlier this year. We benefited from those NFC West matchups, and we have the Rams coming up in a few weeks. We got to be prepared for that in San Francisco. Please let me know what you think about the 49ers and Texans game. Who do you have winning this one? Do you have Kyle Shanahan or our old man DeMeco Ryans? Let me know in the comments below. Love you guys as always. Appreciate you guys watching this, listening to this, and I hope to catch you guys up this week when I talk more about this game. Bye, guys. Love you guys as always. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Let's do this.